Greg Ehrenberg here from Odd Chopper. It's time to break down another MLB slate. We've got a big one on tap, 14 games on tonight's main slate. So like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let's keep some of the good energy going because we've been on a really good run lately. And yesterday was another one of those days. We went 3 for 4 on props, 3 for 3 on the pitchers props. Didn't hit on the long odds home run prop. Would have been nice if we went 4 for 4 and hit the plus 850 Charlie Blackmon. Not quite the perfect night, but pretty close. It was a good profitable night, and I'll never complain with that. But you know, it was a really good night for our guy Emac, our old pal. If you guys watch our DFS shows, you're probably familiar with him. And Emac had a really good night. He took one of the props that I had yesterday, Shawm and I over strikeouts. He included that in a same game parlay, and overall it was a bet. He placed $5, took a bunch of different stuff that we liked and talked about on our DFS show, and then including the Shawm and I prop from this betting show yesterday. Parlayed some of those together, turned $5 into $460. So nice hit for our old pal Emac. Love to see it. You already have a subscription to the site, so I can't give you another one, but you could still be my friend. We'll go with that. How about this? You get a nice hug from me when we hang out this weekend. So Emac, nice hit for you. Love to see it on the channel. If you guys have any betting tickets that you won recently, send them me over on Twitter so we could feature them on the show. Also, any bets that you're placing today, leave them in the comment section below because I always like to see what you guys are betting on. Like to respond with that. And then also, if some of those bets hit, you guys have a chance to win some free stuff on the show throughout the week. So do all that. And then, of course, let's check out the bets for today because these are the best ones that are on tap for tonight's slate. To start us out here, I usually go with the hottest dong pick of the day, but there's a long odds bet that I really like for today's slate that isn't a home run bet that I wanted to start with instead. And that is Jose Altuve plus 400 to steal a base. And it's a spot against Noah Syndergaard where Syndergaard's been okay this year. He's not the pitcher he once was. He doesn't generate nearly as many strikeouts with his velocity down and his K rate well under 20% at this point in his career, 18.8% compared to 25.7% overall for his career, which that'll happen when you consider he's getting older and the amount of injuries he's had. But here's one thing Syndergaard has never done well, and that's hold runners on base. He allows a stolen base about every 3 innings. He's allowed well over 20 stolen bases for the year. So whenever he's pitching, I try to look for stolen bases on the team going up against him. And Jose Altuve is one of those guys who, while despite being older and not the stolen base threat he was earlier in his career, if you get on base once against Noah Syndergaard, he's just going to give you second base more often than not. Does not hold runners at all. Never did earlier in his career, and it was less problematic just because his stuff was so good that he was getting most of the hitters out that he faced. So he'd be like, hey, screw it. You want to take second base? Go for it. You're not scoring anyway. But now we're at a point in his career where that's just not the case as much. He's walking more guys. He's letting more guys get on base. And that's leading to just crazy high stolen base numbers against him. I don't think the books have quite caught up to how likely it is for some of these guys to steal a bag. So Jose Altuve plus 400 to steal a base. That's one of my favorite long odds bets of the day. Tailing my picks, I always think that's a good way to make some money in the sports betting industry, but it's not quite free money, which is what's being given away by BetMGM when you sign up for the first time. Here's the deal with BetMGM. They're going to give you $200 for free when you sign up using the promo code OSMLB or sign up using the link in the description box below. All you are going to need to do is sign up using that promo code and then place a $10 bet on any MLB money line. And when you do that, they're going to credit your account with $200. So don't miss out a chance to get some free money. It's such an easy way to help build your bankroll. So take advantage of this offer. Put the $200 in your pocket. You guys know what today is. It's Graham Ashcroft Day. And if you guys have followed my picks when it comes to the Graham Ashcroft, I am almost always betting the under on his strikeouts prop when this guy takes the mound. The under on his K prop is hitting 7 out of his 9 starts this season. He has terrific stuff. He throws the ball really hard, but he just doesn't get swing and misses or strikeouts. So we've seen this under hit so frequently when it comes to his strikeouts. He only has a 13.4% K rate this season. He also is dealing with a really difficult matchup against the Yankees. And while there is a lot of power and some strikeouts to be had in the Yankees lineup, I do think there's a chance here that the Yankees get to Ashcroft really early and he's just not able to work all that deep into the game. And then you look at the recent strikeout numbers for Ashcroft. 1 strikeout in his last start against the Mets, 1 strikeout in the matchup before that against the Cubs. He's only had 2 starts the entire season where he's had north of 4 strikeouts. And then you just look overall at some of our projections for Ashcroft, and we're never that high on him from a strikeout perspective. And it seems rightfully so when you get the results from him. It's every 5 days. I bet the under on Graham Ashcroft strikeouts. It usually cashes. Every once in a while is a good start and it doesn't. But if you've blindly bet Graham Ashcroft under strikeouts, you're up money this year. It's just how he's pitched. Under 3.5 strikeouts, we have it winning 63% of the time. Good for a 16% expected ROI. And this is just one of those bets I continue to place every 5 days. And until something changes, either Ashcroft starts to generate more strikeouts, or the numbers and the odds change from sports books, whether in terms of being more heavily juiced towards the under or the strikeout prop coming down. Even at only 3.5 Ks, I think this is a number to hit the under with. So Graham Ashcroft under 3.5 strikeouts. Once again, one of my favorite bets to place weekly. For my next strikeout prop, I'm looking at over 4.5 Ks for David Peterson. He's been sneaky good for the Mets this year. 3.48 ERA, 3.71 expected ERA, but most importantly, 25.6% K rate. So the best strikeout numbers of his career. And we've just consistently seen some big strikeout upside from David Peterson. Some of his recent starts, 7 strikeouts against the Reds, 10 against the Rangers, 8 against the Marlins, 7 against the Marlins. So he's had 7 or more in 4 consecutive starts coming into today. And we have the strikeout props that at only 4.5 against the Braves. It's just too low when you look at these recent results. And I know a lot of people are going to be thinking about the Braves and all the right-handed power hitters they have in the lineup. It's true. There's danger in that lineup. There's power to be had, but there's strikeouts as well. This team strikes out at a 23.6% clip against southpaws. That is the 5th highest mark in all of baseball this year. So it's a Braves team that maybe they could do some damage against Peterson, but there's going to be swing and misses along the way. And then when you consider those strikeout numbers that I mentioned for Peterson before, he's getting a lot of swing and misses, and this is a team that swing and misses a whole bunch. So I just don't think this Peterson number is really all that accurate from sports books. We have been projected for 5.8 strikeouts today. So that has the over hitting at a projected 68% clip. I like taking the over here on David Peterson. And I'm not sure this 4.5 number is going to be around for much longer. I think the fair number really is right around 5.5. So David Peterson over 4.5 strikeouts. If the number does get to 5.5 at your book, I would stay away from it. 4.5 is where the value is at. 5.5 is just fair. So bet this one early in the day and get on it before it changes. For my final bet of the day, we've got a weird matchup between Glenn Otto and the Oakland A's, where Glenn Otto, he's sucked this year. The Oakland A's offense, they've sucked this year. Something has to give. Somebody can't suck forever. And what I like about Glenn Otto and the under 4.5 strikeouts for him, it's pretty significant plus money, plus 115. And we already have the under hitting 65% of the time. So this is actually the number 1 ROI bet on all of OddsShopper today. Under 4.5 strikeouts for Glenn Otto with a 39% expected ROI. And it's just Glenn Otto's numbers are so poor this year. And I get that the A's suck as well. But it's just, you look at the numbers for Glenn Otto, it's hard to really find any positives. 5.26 ERA, 5.81 expected ERA. Last year was his first stint at the big leagues, and he did 9.26 ERA and a 5.19 expected ERA. So I just don't think this is a good pitcher, and he doesn't generate strikeouts either, only a 17.8% K rate. So ultimately, when I'm forced to side with either the Oakland A's or Glenn Otto, when I look at Glenn Otto's strikeout prop, I'm going to be taking the A side just from a standpoint of we're getting good plus money on the under for Glenn Otto, and it projects well in our model. So I don't think there's ever going to be a start where I would expect Glenn Otto to have anything close to 5 strikeouts, and we're getting plus money on this under here. Looking at Glenn Otto's game logs this year, he's only gone for 5 or more strikeouts in 2 of his last 9 starts. So we've been under this mark pretty consistently when it comes to Glenn Otto. Then, like I said, also plus 115 odds on the under. So I'm be siding with the under here on Glenn Otto. Never a good time to really be, or never feels great anyway, to be siding with the Oakland A's offense. But I think this is a spot where it makes sense because Glenn Otto might actually be worse than what Oakland A's put out on offense. So one final time, under 4.5 Ks for Glenn Otto at plus money. So to round it up, I've got 4 bets that I'm placing for tonight's slate. It's Jose Altuve plus 400 to steal a base. Graham Ashcroft under 3.5 strikeouts, a staple of this video that comes up about once a week or so, either under 3.5 or under 4.5 strikeouts for Graham Ashcroft. Then we've got David Peterson over 4.5 strikeouts, and then Glenn Otto under 4.5 strikeouts. These are some of my favorite bets of the day. But what are your guys' favorite bets? Let me know below in the comment section. I always like to hear from you. Also, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and good luck today.